everyone. There we go. Hi, everyone. It's Fumu. We're going to be doing some War of the Visions tonight. There was some new content that was released just technically last night for two new characters that came into the pool, if you will. We'll talk about those, kind of do an evaluation over them. Oh my goodness, what day up? And kind of talk about personal feelings or thoughts on them. We'll use some resources on that. I'm probably not going to try really hard to pull them because I don't think I need them on either of my accounts. But we'll kind of chat about those and kind of get into those. But other than that, I saved my guild battles and my arena battles on both my accounts. Kind of set them aside to at least be able to do those on stream. We'll see how those go. I got a notice from one of my guild members that we have a very tough fight tonight, so I don't have too much expectations regarding those. So I realized that the ads just popped, so I'm going to run through those real quick while I am talking about the new characters. So let me swap it over here. We're gonna go. Is it doing anything? Well, let's think about life. Alright. So we have two new characters tonight. We'll use this. I pulled up two resources to kind of look at these. There is the. Whoops. Guess it helps to actually transition the scene. There are. Like I mentioned, two new characters, and I'm using two different resources to talk about these today. One is the US Translated site developed based off of the Japanese information. That's this Gamia website. Usually how I get to it is I just Google WOTV tier list. It's like one of the first links that come up. So, and then the other site that I'm actually going to use is actually a Japanese website. It's called Alterna. I think it's Alterna or Terma. Can't tell. Hang on. Altima. Okay. Altima. But anyway, this is a Japanese website. Google has translated it, and most of the time the translation is pretty understandable. Don't know how completely accurate it is, but I can at least make sense of it. So to start things off, we'll talk about Whisper first. Her evaluation given by the Japanese input is about 8.5 out of 10. So pretty good. She is a Darkness character, which is kind of nice because while we do have some pretty solid Dark characters out there like Stern or Shadow Lynx, it's nice to have another UR option for that. Ziza is another really good one too. So it's going to be kind of hard to tell how she's going to really compare against, say, like Ziza and Stern. But it's cool to have another Darkness character because I take a look at this and I think light. So it's pretty neat. I actually haven't seen the Limit Break animation, and I know my emulators are not going to run that very well, so let's see kind of how that goes. So give me just a second. I'm actually I want to make sure that I've got some sort of background noise for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of let this. We'll come back to those video summons, and I am just going to go ahead and let it think for a moment. Get back to the home screen, and that way we can get some background music. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so some of the evaluations, again, these are roughly translated, so take it how you will. But she's supposed to be a tank. Her sub-jobs, so she is I believe that's Knight, Samurai, Spellblade. So Spellblade's another interesting one because I actually haven't poked around with any Spellblades, so don't know too much on how good they are or anything like that. But it says she has excellent resistances and evasion. That's probably what they're meaning by the avoidance. 30% resistant to all attack types, including, I don't know what Trout is, but I'm assuming that's not throwing a fish at someone. So we'll probably end up using the Gamea website to try to get to the bottom of that. Weak point, the HP is low as a tank character. That's an understandable concern. Magic resist, I think, comes from the Spellblade side. So we'll take a look at that. So recommended subjob is Samurai. So maybe more of an evasion type tank, depending on how stacked the evasion gets. So we'll see. Recommended supports are HP up and Sword Soul. Makes sense, especially if you're going for a tank with evasion, because those are the two things that probably helped out the best. And the defense +3, -3 at max level is probably not that bad. Recommended reaction, yeah, seeing Mind's Eye on this, it's very likely that it's recommended to go for an evasion build with Whisper. So that's kind of cool, I suppose. Recommended vision cards. You know, Vow of Love is kind of a standard one because it's the only one in the game that has hate, unless we're getting something new. We'll kind of see what comes from that. I'm not familiar with this one, but it looks like Whisper's card. I don't know if that came along with it. But resistance to slashing and shooting and increased critical damage to all party members. So the resistance to slashing and shooting is kind of odd, but I suppose that helps with the tanking. The slashing resistance, I think, actually is pretty important now that I think about it, and the shooting can be too, because Frederica's pretty dominant in the arena. So that's probably why that's recommended. You know, if she's really going to be a tank, then when she can't evade it, she can certainly resist it pretty well. Let's take a look, because this is going to go on to the skills, and I want to use the Gamea website for that, because I think they kind of set it up a little easier. We'll look over White Wave on the Gamea website. Master ability is the slash attack +5 and all attack type resistance +5, so adding on top of it further. I think that's everything that I want to use this for. We got the Devil's Mask as our Trust Master reward. I think they cover that over the Gamea website. Okay. Yeah, let's go over to the Gamea website. Alright, so they've set this up a little easier. Rune Knight is supposed to be the Spellblade, so don't worry about that too much. Max stats. Let's maybe do something here. We're going to compare these stats to other tanks and see how that exactly goes. So, our other tanks in the game are Engelbert. Let's see. I use Thancred as a tank, and then Mont. Well, let's stick it with just the URs for now. Just URs. So, and we don't want to make this too complicated, so we'll go with just Engelbert and man, get out of here. Engelbert and Thancred. So one thing to note though is Whisper is all the way down here. I saw that when I pulled up this information. I thought that was very interesting to see her rated worse than even Marcia Ray. Eileen is kind of on the fence for me in regards to how low she's rated. But Marcia Ray, I have yet to see a good Marcia Ray. I think a lot of that stems from the fact that we don't have that quality of life update, kind of helping with turning off the, the AI being goofballs and stuff like that. But, gee, and Christmas, get out of here. Yeah, so kind of interesting to see that. Katone, the other one we're going to talk about, is kind of homely in the middle here of A rank. Jeez. All the notifications right now, my apologies. Alright, so let's get back over to Whisper. So her max HP, which is generally the stat you want to try to focus on, because defense is not something that scales with your unit. That's entirely relied on with the gear that you're using. And sometimes the skills as well will affect it. Obviously, the Samurai skill lowers defense, so that's something that's going to kind of counterbalance that. But so we have, about 1600, kind of in that halfway point between 1600 and 1700. Engelbert has a crap ton more. Literally double the amount So that definitely tells me that she is not meant to take a hit, and that's why she has the samurai stuff to try to help with the evasion side of it and trying to get that completed. Engelbert doesn't really have those evasion classes, so he's not really looking at that. But that's a massive difference between this if you're looking at Whisper as a possible tank. Thancred, who I use as my tank, even 3000. We're talking a huge difference. That's about 1400 more. So that's huge. And none of this includes any espers. None of this includes any equipment that would be increasing HP. This is just base, like, you got it to 99. This is what the stats are going to be. So that's concerning for a tank role. But again, like I said, I think that's mainly because she's meant to be an evasion tank. Let's keep going here, though. So Limit Burst is supposed to be... Limit Burst. Deals heavy damage to targets in an area and decreases brave for them. So that's interesting because it's heavy damage to targets in an area. So she is supposed to be tanking with a Vow of Love card. That means folks might get around her pretty well. Kind of gather around her. And that means you'll be able to hit all of those targets in that area. So maximum... Sorry, I'm plugging in my phone. Bear with me just a moment. You're going to be able to hit potentially up to 8 folks with heavy damage, so that's pretty good. And what's her attack stat at? 213 compared to a 218 and a 233. She's really not doing very good for herself here. So, and I think this is why mainly folks really aren't like too terribly concerned about using her. But we'll see. So her main job is Knight. That comes with like the power break, the match break. Speed break being pretty important, I think. And the Trinity break is obviously really good. The speed is just kind of important because that lowers agility for your opponent, so you will eventually try to outpace them and lap them. But then she gets Spirit Blade. Illusion is going to be a key point of that, I think, because it increases evasion. The Meditate is nice. The Heian is kind of nice because that gives her kind of a ranged option. While she does have some ranged options in the sense of Trinity Break, TP Break I don't believe does damage. I could be wrong on that. I don't have a 6-star Knight. I don't think it does. You can see like she doesn't have a whole lot of range. So as a sub-job Samurai, as they were recommending, not only does that just naturally get us the access to Illusion as needed here, but also gives us Heian for that little bit of range, so that'll be kind of nice. Third Eye for the reaction ability, that was the one that was recommended. Moderate damage to targets in an area and has a chance to inflict slow on them. That's pretty nice, since we don't have Time Mage on here. Having an option to inflict slow is kind of interesting. Increased self-attack and critical rate for 3 turns. That's always pretty nice. It's kind of odd to see that. Usually the buff moves aren't that late. I wonder if there's maybe more information in regards to how much that is. Let's take a look. Magic Break, Samurai abilities. Here we go. Ooh, okay, so 30% attack is pretty beefy. No information on the critical. I don't know if that's our only resource to find this info, though. I'm not too terribly familiar. But I'll see if I can locate that for future streams. Yeah, so Samurai, pretty decent. We got the Rune Knight stuff. It didn't look like she really relied on it too terribly much. The Attract spell, I think I saw some mentions about it, because it's a way to generate hate through Spellblade. So kind of a unique thing, but we don't see it very often. Hell, I don't even think I've seen a single Spellblade in the arena, to be honest. So maybe there was like a rogue Ramada or something that I saw, but you don't really see her too terribly much. So, but here's the interesting part that I just spotted. All of her resistances to types of attacks are 25. 25%. That's actually a lot, and this actually escalates to 30% when she gets her master ability at level 40. So that's really, really intriguing. So again, if she's not evading it, she's heavily resisting it. and potentially cutting off a third of the damage from what you would have taken is pretty good. So maybe that's her kind of shining point, is her resistances are really, really up there. Having no negatives on that is really interesting, kind of cool to see, compared to, like Engelbert, who has, I think, a magic resist down, if I recall correctly. Yeah, he's got a huge magic resistance, and that's usually how I end up killing Engelbert's, is just kind of cheesing out the fact that he's weak to magic, but not nearly as much piercing resistance. And the other ones, he's able to kind of rely on easily, and that also makes sense on why my freaking monks are having trouble against him. Thancred, I think, is kind of similar to Engelbert. Yeah, exact same spread, basically. Striking is a little higher, but the magic is really, really tanked. So, kind of interesting. This actually makes me really kind of want a Black Mage Dark person. I don't think we've got one yet. Could be wrong on that. Pretty sure I haven't seen one, though. But yeah, that's kind of cool. A little bit of a negative resistance to slow. Natural resistance to stop and disable, I think that is. So that's kind of cool. Kind of squishy. Resistances. Whoops, don't want to save that. Let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. You hear one? Oh no, that is way too hard to see. Oh, computer. Keep up with me, please. Yeah, that's a little too tough to see. There we go. That's this Thancred. So overall, I'm not too terribly impressed. But if you do pull her and want to try to build her, aim for the evasion builds. You want to be careful with what armor that you use. There are armors that she can probably equip that may lower her evasion. She's a knight, so she'll have a sword. I don't think there's any negative resistance or negative evasion swords. Actually, now that I think about it, there may not be any plus evasion swords. So yeah, that's Whisper. Like I said, I'm not too terribly impressed. I've already got a tank anyway, so Thancred's kind of been my tank. I'm poking around for Landu on the alt account for the tank. Not too crazy about it just yet, but we'll see. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I think if I pull her maybe on the alt account, maybe we'll build her, but we've already got Shadowlings as our dark, so probably not. I don't know. But let's go and move on. Let's go to Kitone. Kitone, I think, is the more interesting one of these two. Her Japanese translation apparently was Kitone or Kitten. Dope. Or the rough translation, I should say. So she was rated 9 out of 10. So pretty good. I think the Earth attribute kind of holds her back a little bit because a lot of folks are already using Earth via Mont. God, why am I blanking on her name? This gal. Why? Literally, I've been working with her the entire time, and I've completely blanked on her name. I swear to God, I'm going to look at this thing and be mad at myself. Etra. Jesus Christ. So yeah, we've already got Etra, we've already got Mont, both for kind of the free awarded characters. If you're for whatever reason not using those, you have Eileen. There's been a lot of pretty decent Earth options, but Kitone is kind of an interesting ninja option for it. So depending on if you're looking for that, and some folks are probably already done with leveling their Mont in regards to like Awakening and Limit Breaks, so maybe you have that Earth slot available again for your next character. So Kitone may be a decent choice. So, interesting bit here though, she is kind of like Stern, except for some of the jobs are swapped. I say that because she is ninja. Oh no, is it soldier? Soldier. And Time Mage. So the Time Mage, I think, is really kind of... I don't want to say useless, but interesting is probably the best way to put it, because while it does give her access to haste, probably, I would hope, I don't think they're going to be running Time Mage as a sub-job. but we'll get to the recommendations based off the Japanese evaluation here. So master ability is evasion rate plus 15. That's really good for a ninja just because they are kind of squishy. So it helps a little bit. You can use her as an avoidance tank. You can avoid 100% of enemy. Ooh, okay. So you can potentially get to 100% evade rate. That's pretty good. Now, keep in mind, 100% evade rate does not actually mean you will avoid everything, because it's going to counterbalance the, the accuracy and the dexterity to try to hit. It just means it's the strongest resistance against that. So that's really good. So the move and jump are obviously really, really good. So, kind of interesting points. I didn't expect her to really be an evasion tank, but that makes sense to me. Range attack is poor. Alright, so, sub-job recommended is soldier. So that's kind of interesting to me. I would have expected ninja. Looks like it's a 4 out of 5 star, but recommended is soldier. So, has no means of ranged attack unless it is soldier. What? She doesn't get shuriken? If you're a mage when sub, not sure if I understand that. You can assist. Oh, time mage. You can assist allies with haste. However, since magic power is low, you cannot expect the firepower of comets and meteors. Makes sense. Yeah. Bandit and shrinkage are recommended. Don't know if I follow that. Now wait a second. They recommend soldier here, but everyone says ninja. What in the heck? Reaction ability is the slow counter. Alright, so recommended passives, we have the reduction, which increases your move and jump. Makes sense. Ninjas need to move. Abandonment, and greatly increased attack and reduce. Oh, okay. So you get the up to 60% attack increase, but the minus resistance. With this skill, if you are unaware, be very careful about equipping this, because when you first get the skill, this stat is like super bad. I want to say it's like minus 25%. So you really want to try to max that out before you start using it, or try to get it to a reasonable level before you start using it, because that stat being so low is very, very hindering. Super hindering. But up to 60% attack is obviously really good. We've seen a lot of really good performance with that on Stern, being able to hit like a freaking truck. And Orlando's got it as well, and he hits very, very hard with it, too. So, really, really good skill. Slow counter is very interesting to me. I'm not sure why it recommends that, but we'll see. So, recommended vision cards. False Promise, A True Soul. We do not have this one. That is, let's see, is self-fired up by the effect of providing slashing up, raise the evasion rate of party. Okay, so it looks like the party ability is evasion rate. And I think slashing up for the user, I don't understand. Self-fired up by the effect of providing. So we don't have this one. Japan's got it. Not sure if I follow it. That's okay. The Shiva, I think it's mainly because of the evasion. But I like this note. Because the status is magical, is recommended to equip it with something other than kitten. Or kiton. So, it's odd that it recommends it here. There's probably better vision cards than what's recommended here. I don't understand this. The Odin card we don't have yet here in Global. High attack status, human killer with an end effect. Resistance to single attack of party, and durability improvement. I'm not sure if I follow completely what that's going after. But I think it's like a slash attack up. And then... Human Killer plus 2, party attack, single attack resistance up. See, I don't understand the single attack resist. But Human Killer is obviously really nice in PvP because, hey, everyone's a human. So that'll have its ups. Alright, so she does get Shuriken. She gets 1 turn. Evasion rate plus 60. Holy cow. That's nuts. I think this is Dream Within a Dream. You know what? What am I doing? We'll just use the other site because it's got it translated. Let's see. Anything else important to look at here? Oh, I didn't look at Whisper's TMR. Let's see. Can I bring that back up? Whoopsie doodles. I think this is Whisper. go. Is this Whisper? This is Whisper. Alright. Let's take a look at this. Devil's Mask. So back to Whisper here, just because I forgot to cover it. You get more slashing attack resistance, so that would bring her up to 35%. Strike attack resistance up to 35, piercing attack up to 35, shooting attack up to 5. Oh, it's just everything. I need to read ahead. So basically it increases her resistance if she equips it by up to 35%. Total. That's including what she naturally gets, that includes her master ability, and that would include wearing this item. So that's pretty good. You know, adding on top of what she's kind of mainly doing, it also kind of helps to throw that maybe on some other tanks. Depending on if you, like say my Thancred, for example, he's LB3. I'm not going to be able to get his TMR, so if I wanted to kind of help with that negative magic attack resistance and also make his other resistances really good, this would be a pretty good one to maybe snag. But don't particularly see that happening anytime soon. So anyway, alright, back to Ketone. Ketone's TMR, avoidance, so we have more evasion, that makes sense. The agility is nice, super, super nice. Chestnut avoidance. I have no idea what that's talking about. And none. But it does give an ability. Oh, did the last one give an ability? I am terrible at looking at this. My apologies. Come on, Google. Do your thing. Alright. Armor ability. Consume your HP for 1 turn and greatly improve the defense and spirit of allies. Huh. Doesn't give percentages, though. So don't know much on that. This one is a self buff, 3 turns move and jump +1 for yourself and will be less likely to be targeted by the enemy. So it's kind of like a hide with a negative hate, and it allows you to move faster. So I like that. It's a one-time use though, which means your AI will probably not use it intelligently, so that kind of stinks, but oh well. Alright, let's swap over here. So we don't have any other URs that are ninjas, base ninjas. So that kind of stinks because it means that we're gonna have a hard time kind of trying to compare her to another unit in a fair fight. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I want to see if I... Okay, I didn't lie. We're good there. Let's see, she's a gunner. You are... I don't know what you are. You're not a ninja. Yeah, actually Ketone is our only UR ninja. So, and you're something more... You're an assassin, so I don't know if that really kind of falls under what ninja does. So let's take a look what you get. Poison Sting, Sealing Blade, Dark Shadow, Blade Rush. No, it's all different stuff. So not a fair comparison. Really the only other base ninja that I think we have is actually Shadow Lynx. So let me pull her up. And then let me make sure... I feel like I just don't know the ninjas very well. Let's see, there's Shadow Lynx again. Not seeing any other base ones. Go to SR. Nope, 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 nope. No, apparently they don't have a Japanese list. I highly doubt that there's any in here. No. Nope, nope. Alright, so Shadow Lynx is our only fair comparison. So we're going to kind of just keep up her stats, but just bear in mind that not everything's going to be kind of a one-to-one trade. Now, what's interesting is her master ability compared to Shadow Lynx is slightly worse because Shadow Lynx gets an attack plus 25% in addition to the evade plus 15. Ketone is just getting the evasion plus 15. Now, if we look at the attack stat, we have a 251 on Ketone. We have a 210 on Shadow Lynx. Now, if we do some quick maths, 210 times a 1.25 is 262. So after it's all said and done with the master ability, technically Shadow Lynx has a higher attack. However, Shadow Lynx does not have the passive abilities that Ketone does with the soldier. So which ones does she get? She gets agility and luck and move +1. There's HP up. Blade Soul, I want to say, was one that actually is recommended. So we're going to try to do a real fast comparison between these two, just to make sure we get this. Hang on. Character evaluation list, I think that's it. The site doesn't perform the greatest, because like I don't think any of these work appropriately. So I always have to end up trying to find it. Let's see, Dark is probably at the bottom of the list. Here we are. Shadow Links. Perfect. Got a Dark Link out here. Alright, so recommended samurai job, that was kind of expected. 25% with Sword Soul at max, and another evasion plus 12, excuse me. So that's kind of interesting to me because, again, Kitone does not get this. Kitone is Ninja Soldier Time Mage. So I feel like the evasion rate is potentially worse, don't quote me on this, but potentially worse than Shadow Links. Do we have an evasion stat tracker thingamajiggamabob on this? Somewhere on here. Does not look like it. Okay. Oops. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a way to track it. So I don't know how exactly the evasion is calculated. I feel like there's probably a resource out there to figure it out, but let's take a look at some other things here. So dexterity on Kitone is 166. Shadow Links, let's get back up there, 144. So a little less here on Shadow Links. That may be a decent factor, but I don't feel like the stat difference is that big to make it a big deal. Now also, plus 79 here out of the board. We don't have information on Ketones just yet, it looks like. So let's maybe not factor that in. God, she gets another 20%. Man, Shadow Links has just got a lot of stuff going for her. Let's focus on Kitone, though. I apologize. I didn't want to go too terribly far into that. But her Limit Burst, which something Shadow Links does not have, there is the heavy damage to the target and has a chance to inflict stop. That's pretty nice. We don't see a whole lot of things doing stop these days, at least from what I've seen in the arena. I'm not technically really high in the arena, so kind of hard to say if my opinion on that is relevant. But I can't say I've seen it. And we haven't seen Time Mages really dominating in the arena. We haven't seen Time Mages really dominating in guild battles. So I don't think stop outside of that is kind of prevalent. So this could be pretty good depending on the AP cost. So we got Shuriken, we got Shadowrun, Poison Sting Counter, that's pretty limited. Doton. Is that supposed to be the equivalent to... what is it? Well, she got Shadowbind. Gosh darn it, do you have Shadowbind? You got Shadowbind, okay. Never mind. Ugh. Alright, so what is the one... Oh, okay, yeah. So hers does dark damage while Kitone does earth damage, so that may be relevant in very limited situations. Let's see. Soldier abilities, Paralyze Edge. Hazard Form may help a little bit with the damage difference, I think. And Hazard Spin is kind of nice, I suppose. So let's actually calculate something real fast here, because the 60% attack passive, I want to see what that does for her stat. So 251 times 1.6. 401. Okay, so that's maybe where she's going to shine. The Japanese folks were saying that, an evasion build may be best, but from what I'm seeing here, I feel like Shadow Links maybe does the evasion build a bit better, and she is going to be straight DPS. I can't imagine a Shuriken coming in with this attack behind it. That's nutty to me. Let's actually pull up Stern as well here, and we're going to see what the Shuriken power behind that is, because I don't know it offhand. And keep in mind, that's not even factoring in any of the other, bonuses or anything that may be happening. So Stern's attack, 315. So there is, actually, it's not even the best Shuriken coming in. because 315 times 60 is, I'm sure, freaking massive. But good to know. Yeah, still, that's going to be a pretty hefty hit. So, and something that has high agility now can potentially outpace. So that could be pretty important. The time mage stuff I'm really not going to be like too terribly concerned about because it's not recommended for her to really use it. So, like, rapid casting doesn't even help her. I'm so confused on the time mage selection. Because you wouldn't use any of the passives. And, like, sure, you can self-haste, but you have to take the sub-job. Like, that's not great. Gilgamesh getting self-haste regardless of a sub-job is really nice and why he's really good. And if you want to run him time mage to, you know, have that party support, then you can. I suppose you could do that here, but her magic's not very high, so that's odd. Anyway. Resistances, you know, she is kind of a DPS unit, so we're not expecting a whole lot here. The resistance to slashing is kind of handy because there are a lot of slashing units in the game right now. So that I think that's pretty relevant. The magic resistance kind of stinks, though, because with her already low HP, that means she's going to have a harder time surviving Mediana shots. You know, Cosmo Plume is still pretty prevalent. We don't see Mediana a crazy amount in the arena or guild battles, but there are still some out there, and I still think the Cosmo Plume nuke is very important to that. So, and then we got some resistance to Doom and Stop. Could be relevant down the road. Up to 3008 HP. Someone posted this. It looks like in a 714 attack. So that could be pretty good. Yep, and that's the vision card I was expecting to be used, is her vision card itself, and the main reason for that is because of the agility up and the slash attack, so interesting. Interessante. So Ketone, I think, is her element again kind of holds her back a little bit, but I'd say if you are looking for a ninja and you pull her, maybe run with her. You know, she could be pretty good, and like I said, the Shurikens aren't going to be as heavy hitting as Sterns, but this is going to be a faster unit than Stern. The agility stat isn't listed here, but the I think the dexterity is mainly going to play into it, but we have a lot of things, like ninjas just naturally are fast, and while Stern does have a sub-job ninja, I don't think that's going to stack up to a base job ninja. So, yeah. So, we'll see. Alright, so let's actually get into some games, because we've been kind of talking a lot. There we go. Alright, so we are doing the double stream tonight. Again, I have 2 accounts that I play with this, so that's why I do a double stream. Yar. Let's see, updates on the account, because I think it's been a while since I've done an update on the account. Let's actually head back to units, because that'll be the best way to do this. So I've had Y'shtola maxed out for a while. She's doing okay. Not the greatest, and I don't want to give up on her just yet. But she's doing okay. I do want to still poke around for her because I've noticed a huge improvement on the performance of Mont and Thancred when I level up the abilities. So I'm still poking around with that and working with it. I kind of ran out of Gil to really kind of go nuts, but I did max out Scion's Fire. I've had her magic increasing one there for a while. I don't know what's actually recommended on her, and part of me kind of wants to poke around with her as a white mage, but we lose out on like Foul if we do that, so I'm still kind of on the fence. So, I don't know. I'm not expecting her to hit as hard as, say, like Mediana, because she doesn't have like a limit burst or anything along those lines, but you know, I still need her to pull her weight, and I'm still on the fence if I've actually seen that, you know. So, let's actually go ahead and maybe level up Foul all the way here. Sorry, it lagged out. Come on. Eat up all my money. Alright. So hopefully that helps out. We'll see. I kind of wish the AI would actually use this stuff though, because like Sharpcast, I would love to see. Actually, we could look that up real fast. I've already got the site pulled up, so why not? I'm gonna take a look and see real fast if I can find out how much magic comes from Sharpcast, because I think that's really important and kind of sad that the AI does not use that. Ysteller. She's rated 8 out of 10. Recommended is to keep with the Sorceress. Don't use White Mage or Green Mage, but they are rated 4 out of 5, so it's not terrible. Enochian and Blessing of the Devil strengthen weaken resistance and magic attack resistance. Oh! That makes sense. Debuff resistance and magic attack resistance to help with just survivability. I can agree with that. I can totally agree with that. Reaction ability they recommend is actually Mana Font. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm just going to kind of explain it. Recommended is the Mana Font, which is the one where if she gets hit, she has a chance to restore AP. So I could agree with that. Recommended vision cards are the Marshray UR card because of its magic power status and overall magic firepower. So that's interesting because I think I was using a different card instead that did a percentage on mag instead of the magic attack. So now that I know that, I'll probably start pumping some resources into that. Otherwise, if you don't have that, Rama is recommended. I don't have Rama. So it looks like there is another one of the Mobius cards that isn't released in Global yet. So anyway, we came out here to figure out. There's the Quick Magic too. That's another important one. So Super Magic is the translated. It doesn't seem to actually give the percentage. That stinks. Unfortunate. All right. So I really wish they gave this stat on that. That'd be nice. So anyway, Yusha's been doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm still on the fence. I kind of want to get maybe like another ranged person if I do end up swapping her out, but I need her for Engelbert's basically, because my other two guys are just kind of smacking themselves up against the wall otherwise. I was able to go ahead and TMR my Mont. So that was pretty exciting, being able to max awaken him and max limit break. That was really, really cool. So, you know, we're on the last few jobs to get him fully maxed out. He has been doing fantastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. I cannot praise this guy enough, because Taunting Blade hits like a truck. Killer Blade hits very, very well. I've been so impressed with Taunting Blade alone, though, because it's kind of like the skill that we were talking about on Spellblades earlier, where it's kind of like a ranged attack. I'll actually hop into abilities here and bring it up. The only downside is it does take a fair amount of AP before they can use it, so he kind of needs to hit a few things first, so the AI may not use it the best. Let's see, where is it at? Taunting Blade. So I maxed this out because I was so impressed with what it was doing. So yeah, you deal damage large. This is a paladin skill, by the way. Damage large. You have this area of a, not really a 3x3, but you know, a cross, whatever. But the AP cost is kind of high, so the AI doesn't use it a whole lot, but man, when they do, it just hurts. It really, really hurts. Immortal Spirit is also really, really good. So if you wanted a personal recommendation in regards to how to use your Mont, Paladin. I think Lord while you're leveling up, but as soon as you hit Awakening level 6 and get like, you know, Immortal Spirit and Taunting Blade, Paladin I have been so impressed with, so I recommend it a lot. And I'm still trying to max him out. Actually, I might be able to max out that passive if I really want to hurt my pockets. That hurts. Yeah, we're not leveling up anything else. Ooh, that got him straight to the straight 3,000. Oh, very nice. But yeah, really been enjoying him on Paladin. He's been doing great. Max, you know, like TMRing him, best investment. You know, really, really happy with that. Thancred's been quote-unquote maxed as far as I can get him. TMR level 3 is plenty, because as soon as you hit 6-star Awakening, which is not limited, Limit Break is limited, because the shards and everything, but the Awakening is not. And when you get to this equivalent here, where it's TMR, or I'm sorry, LB3A6, it gives you access to Rough Divide, which if you have not seen this move, it is nuts, absolutely nuts. The Blasting Zone is okay. I don't like the casting time behind it, but, you know, whatever. But honestly, Rough Divide is just fantastic, and the AI knows how to use it pretty well. So he's been doing really good. I stick with him on Gunbreaker. I don't care for the Dragoon stuff. I hate fighting Thancreds as Dragoons, though, because they jump a lot, and yeah. They just completely avoid everything. I did try him as Red Mage, but I don't recommend Red Mage. See, Liart, I am poking around with her because I do not have Frederica. And I really like Sharpshoot. So she's been doing pretty good. We have her maxed Awakened, and I am getting pretty darn close to getting her TMR'd, so that'll be kind of nice. I kind of forget what her TMR does. Can we get details? Dexterity, defense, meh. This is a big old meh, but that's okay, because if anything, it's better than no TMR at all. So, and I think it'll help with, because there's no dexterity on this. Yeah, no dex here, and the ring doesn't give any dexterity either. Nope. So, if anything, we'll get some dex there, and actually the ring may get swapped out for some extra health, because her health is really low. Let's actually go ahead and maybe do that. Well, I don't know if I've got the proper stuff. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth right now. Yeah, we'll poke around with that later. Yeah, anyway, she's been doing pretty good. She doesn't hit like the crazy highest, but I think I like her range. I actually use her on my arena team quite a bit because she has been consistently taking out the Medianas. So she's basically my Mediana killer, where my guys are having some trouble closing that gap. So if Thancred can't get in there and Rough Divide it, you know, we're kind of in trouble, and that's where Liarte kind of helps. So when I do my arena matches, hopefully we can kind of see a little bit of that. Ziza. Ziza, I just actually got to Max Awakening yesterday. I actually got my tax refund in, and I was like, hey, I could buy that $40 pack and get her finished off. So I did that. I'm still on the fence in regards to like her firepower, if you will. But this is now when we're going to start seeing a lot of really useful things, I think, in the Thief subclass, if we assign her to that. I've really been running with her as Lance, or Lancer, excuse me, and she's been doing very well there. But she gets access to like Steel Heart, Steel Time, so you know, some stuff that is actually going to be interesting to poke around with. The Lancer, I think, has been doing pretty good because it gives her some better range than what the Monk class has. And it allows her to get a move that allows her to hit in a line in front of her, as opposed to Terra Slash, which hits in a line in front of her. I don't know if I put that correctly. So, like, basically straightforward is Terra Slash, and I think it's Shadow Stick. I don't know. I think it's Shadow Stick, but that hits like 3 in front of her. So front, left, and right. So she's been doing pretty well with that. She's not on my arena teams or my guild battle teams, but depending on how she does, you know, we could see her in there. It's just I've got plenty of melee in there, so I didn't really need her by any means. But the Steel Heart stuff could be really interesting. So we'll see. I need to stop clicking this pen. I'm going to put it away, because otherwise I will fidget. So yeah. Still working on her. Severo's still my water pick. Not a whole lot of updates here. We got him maxed out with the yellow, so he's in the red range. You know, working on him. Since I maxed out Mont, Murmur was my next Earth pick, just to kind of poke around with, see how she goes. So we're working on her. Not a whole lot of updates there. Ayaka's my wind pick. I don't really use her a whole heck of a lot anywhere. But I was an idiot and I went into all of her skills, which does mean I gave her on accident Immobilize, so her AI is not intelligent. So if you are using Ayaka, for the love of God, do not learn Immobilize. Still have her on the Time Mage sub job, but do not learn Immobilize, because otherwise it'll be the only thing that she does until she runs out of AP, and then it's a sad day. Or TP, I think, for Immobilize. Gilgamesh is kind of, quote-unquote, my ice pick. I did recently pull Mediana, so she's been kind of more the main focus. I don't put a whole lot of focus on buying his shards, because they're expensive. But we've been leveling his jobs at least for what we can, so he's technically maxed out as far as we can get it right now. However, he is at that point where I need the Rainbow Frags to really get him any further, and since he's not part of the main team, not a whole lot of priority to really get there, and that his limit break level is really, really low, so not a whole lot there. Lilith was my fire pick since I've already maxed out Yish. We haven't awakened her yet because I needed the Rainbow Frags elsewhere. She might be on the consideration to do that. I'll reevaluate and maybe do that later. We'll see. We need to get her limit break level up. I haven't really poked around a whole lot with her. And as soon as I awaken, we'll get access to this last one. But her job levels are maxed out at least. And I think she'll be kind of interesting to poke around with. Don't know a whole lot about her, to be honest. I think this is... Do I have enough? Hang on, we're going to see if I've got enough JP here. No, I don't. It's getting stuck on like saying, hey, you can learn something, which is technically this, but I had to unlock this, and I don't have enough JP to unlock that. So, I hate how it does that. I think... Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. So, as far as my Rainbow Frags... Let's see, main. Yeah, my main team is actually max awakened. That's a cool realization. Huh. So, we might be able to go ahead and do that. Do I want to? I'm gonna hold off on that. Because I'm not sure if I'm sold on it just yet. But, we'll see. So, let me hop over to the alt account here. Realized I probably could have had that switched over. My apologies, I'm terrible with this transition stuff. Alright, so not gonna see a whole lot of like progress, I guess, in regards to this account, because this is a free-to-play account, so we're not gonna be able to like purchase energy packs or purchase the awakening pack that I mentioned, stuff like that. So it is kind of limited in regards to how quickly this account will get there, but it will get there. So we were able to TMR Etra, which was really, really cool. Was really excited about that because this is the first full TMR character for a free-to-play account. Obviously, Limit Break was very easy to do because we grind for the shards, so it was really just the awakenings, but that still meant I needed the Rainbow Fragments. So she's doing okay. We just got, I think, into all yellow, so we'll start on that grind soon as we get everyone else caught up, so that's pretty cool. We did pull Orlando on this account, so that was pretty neat. We actually haven't pulled Orlando or Ramza on the main account, so it was really cool that we got him here. We're trying to poke around with him as a tank, but I don't know if I'm completely sold on it. So he does have the Vow of Love equipped on him, but... Actually, I think I just put that passive back on that increases his attack by up to 60, because I've got it almost maxed out. So the resistances, I think, aren't super terrible. Do I have it equipped? Uh-oh. Please hold. I thought I had it. I do. What on earth? Please hold. Where is... If I swap that back to Battle-Wise... Aha! So it's like exactly 10% at the moment. So the last two levels are going to be 9% and then 8%. So, when you go for a tank, it's kind of hard to say, because that negative 30 here is really kind of hindering. And going from a 20% to a 10% slash resist could be pretty important. So, we're going to poke around with Thunder God today, I think, in the arena, see how we like it. See how it goes. Otherwise, we'll probably switch that back over to Battle-Wise, just for what he is serving job-wise here. As soon as we get another tank or something for this account determined, then we'll probably be able to use some more of his DPS unit where he excels. Oh, let's see. Shadowlinks we've been poking around with. You know, we've got her at the 5-star, so almost fully awakened. I think she is the one that we're focusing the grind on her to try to get her samurai visions. Not really like evasion focus at the moment because I'm missing probably a fair amount of that equipment. But she's been doing pretty good. Haven't noticed anything kind of outlying, but also haven't really focused much on that, so. Mediana is doing okay. You know, it's kind of hard to really pull her shards, but the last month with her being the featured unit, that really helped get her to a TMR, or I'm sorry, an LB3. So now we have full access to her moves once we get her fully awakened. So that'll be kind of nice. And I think she'll do pretty good. You know, right now we're all still in purple range, but we'll get there. You know, the 2x story drop thing that we'll talk about here in a moment will really help with that. Ramada is still the water pick, but she's not on the main team anymore. So we kind of work on her very much on the side, so not a whole lot. Same with Phoebe. Hell, I still even need to do her character quest. Ayaka's still on the team. Ooh, I didn't realize that. Yo, alright, yeah, we're gonna limber rig. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I didn't even realize I had that. That's pretty neat. But yeah, not a whole lot there. So still, you know, like the URs are kind of hard to level sometimes, just because the shards are harder to get, and they're more expensive in the shop. So you know, it's kind of hit or miss there, I suppose. So, yeah, that's basically kind of the account catch-up. That basically took our full first hour with a character review as well. So, let's talk about real fast, if I can figure out what I'm trying to do here. Let's talk about real fast some of the new stuff that happened this week. Obviously, we had the new characters that we talked about that dropped, and we've got the some other things that kind of came along with it. So, you know, they're featured, yada yada yada. We might do the UR guaranteed summon, because I do have the paid Visior based off the packs that I pulled. So if anything, that'll be kind of a nice little summon we could do, see if we get Ketone or something. We do have the 4 million download campaign going on right now, so that's pretty neat. Basically, we get some free Viz, we get some, you have the option to buy, or I'm sorry, the free Viz is from the logging campaign. So that's this guy, actually. But the shops that they're talking about here give you the option to buy Rainbow Frags and Rainbow Spheres. Yes.
I need to go get the poster board, so I need to
Oh. Okay. Have fun. That's in 30 minutes. Okay. Did we have an opportunity to do it earlier? I did? When? Took sick time. That was the point. I wasn't feeling well. Ay. Alright. So yeah, I ended up taking a few hours sick today because I haven't been sleeping the greatest the past few nights, and that kind of caught up with me today. I started to really not feel well, so I took off of work early and took a nap. And that was very, very helpful. So I'm feeling a lot better now. But yeah, so the 4 million download shop means that we get some free items that you can purchase. Or actually, it might only be one item, but there's some really cheap gil items that you can buy. There are the more expensive things like the rainbow fragments and the spheres that I mentioned. But you also get like the daily purchases of like a handful of blue orbs and green orbs, which I find myself always running out of blue orbs, so I like that. The green orbs, not as much. I'm almost to 1,000 of those, so don't need a whole lot of those. But I'll probably burn through those faster than I can recognize. One of the other things that it also comes with is the new unit shop for Ketone, Ketone and Whisper. Excuse me. 1 second. Throat got caught. My apologies. What's kind of nice with these is, like, regardless if you actually get those units, you can still buy the visions, which are kind of usually hard to grind for. You only get one of them, so only getting one blue one isn't like gonna speed you along, but that's one less that you have to grind for, so that's kind of nice. But they sell you a green one and a blue one. The green one will allow you to kind of zip through those job levels. The blue one kind of helps make that grind a little shorter once you get to that job level. So it's kind of cool. We got summon medals if you pull on the banner. That's pretty typical. And if you pull a crap ton of them, you can buy the rainbow frags and spheres. But you have to buy a lot of them. So, a lot of the campaigns that are going on are going to be very, very helpful if you are still working on building your main team. And this is incredibly important because when they ran the last 2 times story drop event, it was very, very helpful. So, it's back, and that's incredibly cool. it's great because it makes the grind half as hard. You're overall consuming less energy to get the items that you need, unless you're on a vision grind, and those just suck in general. But it still makes that grind half as hard because if you get just 1 vision drop, it's now at minimum 2. If you get lucky to get the double vision drop, that's 4. That's crazy good, crazy good. So, if you are working on your main team and you've been kind of, not been going ham on it, or not grinding as much, this is the time within this next week to go ham, in the sense of just grind. The best thing about this game is they implemented a lot of ways to let it run itself. And if you're trying to play manual, you're making it a lot harder on yourself by not trusting the AI for your team. If you're using someone who has really dumb AI, make a change to make them not dumb, whether that's changing their subclass or changing the unit. Because autoing this game is basically the entire point and the best efficiency for it. So, yes, it's crazy good. One of the other things, though, that is in here too, is the 2 times awakening chamber. I don't know if they talk about it as well. It's probably somewhere here. But anyway, the elemental awakening chambers, those are also double drops instead of it being on every day. I think it's all of them. So that's kind of helpful too, because you'll need those Alcherists for the job leveling. So again, makes the grind half as hard. So that's really, really nice. We also get double JP drops on the story events, so while you're grinding for those job items, you're getting double the JP to learn abilities faster, or be able to get that JP so you can level those abilities quicker. So that's helpful, love it, great, it's fantastic. Especially if you have that vision card that they were selling. I think it was like $8, like it's super cheap. But that vision card increased the JP that you got for your entire party. So that on top of the double JP, pretty neat. I haven't ran with it yet personally, but man. They are doing new campaigns though. They have the double guild coin campaign. I forget if it talks about that here. Doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, guild gift campaign. So basically what that means is instead of 1 guild token, you can get 3. You just have to set it as your desired gift. So make sure to do that if you're in a guild and haven't done that yet. One of the new ones that they're doing, though, that I don't recall if they've done in the past, I don't think they have, at least for global, is a double arena coin. So every time you're doing your arena missions, you're going to get even more resources back. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically everything in here. Oh, this is login bonuses that they're talking about. So not only do we get the 500 viz a day, we get like 30 of a particular item. So that's pretty nice. It'll especially be nice when we get the, I suppose, if you use those, the small restore, energy restores. Most of the time I'm using large on my main account, but that'll help on my alt account. If and when I get to that point, excuse me, of the small energy restores. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. They are aware of issues. They compensated us for an issue that came up. now, and that's all previous stuff, so not too worried about that. So that's basically all the new stuff, but while the list kind of seems short, it's a lot of really important stuff, because this, super, super, super awesome. So, let's, I'm going to go ahead and try to tackle the ads real fast, because I forget when those reset, or if it might be at top of the hour, to be honest. That or I missed it. I'm not too worried. Yeah, I missed it. So, that's okay, though. Let's go ahead and crank these out real fast, and then I think I'll do my summon poll, for, oh, these gonna break, by the way. They're gonna break. It's fine. The You Are Guaranteed, since I got to pay vids on that. I don't think I'm gonna pull one on my alt account, because, I've only got 2,000 on there. I don't want to blow that, and I want to maybe use those for shard purchases, so we're probably going to hold off on that. But since I get Viz a little easier on my main account, we should be okay doing the guaranteed UR pull. So that'll be kind of nice. Actually, go ahead and get that out of the way. There we go. Skip this. Uh-oh. Did we get stuck? Raggy. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, nope. I think it's going. Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to recognize what's going on. This state of survival game, man. Well, first off, it's not going to show anything because it's kind of stuck. But while it looks super intriguing when the ads actually do work, from what I've seen on like Twitter posts and stuff in regards to their ads, folks are like, this is absolutely nothing what the game actually looks like. So again, it's the mobile game problem where developers find false advertising totally okay because they don't have to follow the BBB rules of false advertising, because generally they're based out of Asia or somewhere over there. Alright, so that's the last one on the main account. Second account is still thinking about life. Try to get through those as we can. I'm gonna do this, see what shards I get. I skip these because it's like, it's not too terribly impressive when it goes to a gold book, because I know it's just going to be shard or prism or something along those lines. Oh, this is actually a pretty decent pull because Fina shard and a Murmur shard. Shard. So I like that. I'm leveling these units, so that's helpful. The prisms are handy, I suppose. But these three will just kind of tack onto the pile, I suppose. It's only one, so it's like nothing super crazy, but free shard is free shard. I hate this ad. Oh my god. Blade Lord or whatever it is. All of the advertisements are like, hey, this game was worked on by a dude who worked on FF. They never say Final Fantasy, but FF. So Fatal Fury clearly is what this person worked on, because that's all I have to go off of. But I don't know. There's a content creator that I watch, Mysidia Gaming. He actually plays this game, and I've heard a little bit about it. But the teams are elemental focused apparently, and I didn't like that from Alchemist Code, so I just Oh, they actually mentioned Final Fantasy, huh? Oh, Brave Exvius, interesting. Okay. Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger, Star Ocean 4. Pretty decent titles. Less Cloudia, that poor game. But I could see where that's at. I don't think I'll be trying that game, though. Let's see if we can get this kind of caught up. Yeah, it's kind of weird to see the Tactics event ending so soon. Kind of sad they slowed down on the free stuff. No tickets. I've got the... Yeah, those are just from a pack. I'll hang on to those. Oops. I don't want to go that far back. Get back in there. You're gonna see how the emulator, you know, chunks through the animations here. Floating kunai. Speaking of which, I need to figure out the like mithril level of the Ninja Blade. I haven't actually done it yet, but I need to know it for Shadow Links. Man, that emulator's running it so bad. One of the things that I really want to do is I need to order a part, or the converter, that allows you to take a USB-C to an HDMI and then convert it to HDMI so that I can use my capture card. The emulators are great, and I'm still going to have to run my alt account on an emulator, but like stuff like this is just awful. You know, that doesn't look good. That's kind of frustrating. Alright, so shards here. Fina and Murmur. I don't really use them on this count. This is kind of a nice pull, though, because I do use this card. And Horn Castle pull. That's not bad. Alright, so let's do a UR guaranteed. Alright. Silver Book. So I think that's a guaranteed MR. Somewhere in there. But this is obviously going to have a UR. So that yellow crystal we see up top is guaranteed to escalate to a rainbow crystal. So kind of nice to have that fallback. I'll be curious to know if it's someone I've already got, or if it'll be a new one. I don't have Engelbert, I don't have Eileen, I don't have Frederica. There's a lot of URs that I'm missing on this account, so it could be potentially something that's helpful in regards to shard pulls, or it could be a completely new unit. I think there's an increased rate for the drops on this guaranteed UR banner. Let me actually take a look at that. I'm using the alt account to see here. Come on. Please load. Please load. Can I get drop rates? Here we go. Alright, so... Okay. Dang, Gilgamesh is half the rate. They really make him really hard to build, huh? Alright, so everyone's got basically a UR. There's roughly about a 14% chance for each of these to be pulled. Rounded up, it's about 15%, so that's not bad. Or I should say 0.15%, because none of these are a full percent, aside from the SRs, which are 2. Anyway. So each of these URs has a 0.15 chance. I'm actually noticing that not all of the URs are on this list. Right? Maybe I'm getting confused. I might be getting confused. But, yeah, everyone's in here. So I don't have Elda, Leonis, the spear guy. Don't have Eileen. Don't have Frederica. I do have Rob Horn. Don't have Engelbert. Don't have Marshray. Marshray would be the worst. Oh my god, please do not pull Marshray. Whisper, obviously new. That's that. So Ketone, Whisper, there's still a chance. Anyway, let's get into it. Shadow Links! Alright, so that's kind of helpful. I prefer the Azure Spear over the shards anyway, so. Vision card, long awaited holiday. Meh. Mia, meh. Bomb, meh. Uni, meh. Beguiling Witch, meh. Mish, meh. Flag of Fennis, don't even use, meh. Dang. I kind of thinks that like the rest of it was kind of meh. So, alright, let's see who our UR is. Really hoping it's a repeat. I don't know if I want a new character right now. It's a new character. Leonis Slavon. Hey! Elda! Okay, okay. So what's interesting about Elda Leonis is he actually is the best character to partner with Ifrit. The sad part is I don't have Ifrit. But Ifrit the Esper actually has a lot of things that help in regards to either fire attack or pierce attack. So that's kind of nice. So finally pulled him. I probably won't work on him for a while, but it's kind of cool to see that I pulled him in general. So that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Alright, so we're going to check out the shops real fast, and then we'll probably get into our guild battles. I think I saw a message from Nionel saying that he dropped probably a few of their units. Oh, I already purchased on the alt account. We're good. Let's get back. Alright, don't need Mott shards anymore. That's a fun feeling. Do those convert, though, to like anything helpful? I'm just going to buy these to see what they convert to. The brown ones? Why? Wow, that's kind of sad. Alright. Be that way. Alright. So let's go and snag these. Let's see what Nionel mentioned in our chat. Drop the strongest remaining opponent. Good luck to everyone else. Okay, so that's some good news. I actually, since I saved the matches for the stream today, I actually haven't even looked at what we're fighting, as far as like what guild or their power levels. So I'm always kind of concerned in regards to my alt account. Etra has been really kind of struggling in regards to like survivability, doing damage, but I don't want to give up on her just yet. You know, my alt account is technically under my wife's username. So I use characters that she enjoys on that. And Etra, she really, really latched onto because she saw a lot of herself in it in regards to just kind of stature, hair color, stuff like that. So she really likes Etra. So I am going to stick with it, trying to make it work. We'll see how that goes. Come on. Oh my god. BlueStacks, please. Please. To be fair, I'm probably running it frickin' dry here, running 2 games at the same time, but it's a guarantee this is killing. Well, I shouldn't say killing, but you know, really running it really difficultly. Oh, it's actually gonna update here in 10 minutes. Nice. All right, let's get over to the guild battles. Take a look at that gift later. You can do it. Ooh, we are not looking so good. So he got taken out by a team. He wasn't able to finish off someone. Putty, okay, getting the full 6. I only got 3 though with his 2 attacks, so that's kind of disappointing. Xalotalon got taken out. I wonder if maybe someone tried to follow up on one of the teams, and that's why we're seeing that. Oh my god, please stop! BlueStacks, keep up! Jesus. Okay, this is driving me nuts. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna close out of my alt account that session because I think it's just taking too much processing power, and it's driving me nuts how much it's lagging right now. So once we get done with my main account fights and the arena fights and whatnot, we'll bring up my alt account and we'll figure that all out. But I'm gonna go and close out of that. So that way it's not, you know, it frees up some processing space. Check my task manager. Blows my mind that it's, you know what, it just BlueStacks alone, one session is taking up so much CPU. Ugh. There. Oh, I can't increase the size of this. Hang on, can I do this? Oh no! Alright. Give me a second here. Fix a few things, bear with me here. It's gonna look a little odd. Alright. There we go. Fixed! Alright. So, let's take a look. I like to sort this by the total attack, just so I can kind of see what they're working with. So, neat. Alright, so a lot of their really tough teams are already taken out. Zeotown is one of our strongest dudes. He's got a really nice stern unit. I think his Mont is getting up there too. The Ramza is obviously kind of a recent addition, so it's getting up there. But, you know, he's got the massive attack power coming in with these. The Battle of Love kind of helps with a tanky dude like Mont. And then, you know, the agility increase on Ramza is obviously really nice. So 16k we did outpower there. I can't see who he attacked. But I've got a sub-leader it looks like I could take out, probably, maybe. There's a lot of magic on that, and she might still have her Cosmo Plume, so that's going to be kind of scary. We got some mid-teams with some Monts. We'll probably end up trying to attack one of those first. And then that'll probably be the team that my alt account tries to tackle first, and then we'll probably go for Urtendil. As far as the other teams out here, Tank is not going to do anything. He has not been playing. Chris is not going to be doing anything. Maybe Jerry. Zach isn't going to do anything. And Ashley's not going to do anything. Unfortunately, half our guild is inactive. And as much as I would love to have like a super active guild, I feel bad if I try to sit here and force people like, hey, play the game. Hey, play the game. So I'm not going to be one of those guys. But it would be nice if they would participate. That's all I'll really mention there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're definitely going to go for the sub-leader for our final battle. But I want to see if I want to try to get as many stars as I can on this. So I am going to, I think, go for probably this guy. He's got a little higher magic, so that kind of tells me he probably has a Mediana on the team. But I think overall we're really out-leveling him. So I don't expect the Mediana to really take me out. It is going to hurt. But we're gonna try to take this one. Well, hang on. Let me compare it to the other guy. And I could be wrong about the Mediana. We don't know. Come on. The Bashiel's got a little higher attack, but a little less mag. So there is still the potential that you know, there's Mediana on one of these teams. He's a lower rank though. That doesn't always say much. I'm going to do this. I'm more confident that I can take out this team and not lose as much. And that way I save some of my resources for the stronger fight. So, we're going to see how this goes. And keep in mind, these are all AI controlled. I can't input anything in regards to this, so I can't tell them what to do. So I'm relying on the intelligence of these units and their AI with their skills. So, we'll see what happens. My attack grid and my Monts do spend a fair amount of time buffing, but that's okay because they're adding agility, they are adding regen for a few turns, and it gets the opponent to try to approach, basically. So. That Mont is going to be definitely who they're aiming for first. Rough Divide. Ooh, alright. It's a hefty hit. Oh, he's got a Ramza. I wasn't even paying attention. So no Mediana here. That's going to make it a little tougher for my Yish. But, ooh, instant foul. Nice. Okay. Stone Throw? Taunting Blade. All right. Okay. And a Rough Divide. Sweet. We took that out pretty easily. The only person who was really hit really hard was Yish. So Y'shtola is kind of squishy as is, so that's kind of to be expected. But the unfortunate part is that the person who can heal Thancred, technically, is on the other opposite side of the stage at the start. So Y'shtola probably won't be able to do much here on the second fight, because if you're unaware in guild battles, you get 2 fights that you get to do. If your team survives the first fight, then you can go obviously into the second one. But any of your stats as far as HP, TP, AP carry over, and the skill uses as well. So, but we like to challenge, you know, the potential of the team and try to make some of those other fights a little easier. So we're gonna go ahead and try to tackle this one because we know what we're up against and they're already kind of beaten and bruised. We are totally expecting Cosmo Plume with us though. Some Shimmering Blades from the Ramza might hurt, but I don't expect much out of this Mont. And for all I know, a Rough Divide could easily just get in there and knock out that Ramza real quick. I forget how many times I get to use Rough Divide though, so we'll see. Ooh, culture. Alright. Ramza has Ninja? Yeah, he's probably gonna get a few heals off. Oh no! That's unfortunate. Ooh, I hate that. Yeah, that Cosmo Plume's coming. That's gonna be coming real quick. Yep, here it is. Okay, we survived. That honestly, I'm okay with that because not a whole lot of damage was actually taken there. Rough Divide, okay. We might be seeing a foul from the Y'shtola. I don't know yet. Yep, okay, so a little bit of self-hit. Shimmering Blade, that kind of hurt. Oh, Destiny's Cross, okay. So my dudes are getting a little banged up, but that's okay because ooh, that stun is going to be very important. Blasting Zone. Ooh! Ooh. We're going to be fine. We're totally going to be fine. I don't know what I'm worried about. It's so weird that, like, the supported Thancred who hits, like, stupid hard is just doing so well here. Man. Good run. Good run. It was looking a little dicey there at the end because of how hard the Destiny's Cross, I think, hit. It had me a little worried on my HP near the end there. But really cool. I don't know if my alt account's really going to be able to finish these guys off, though, as far as, like, the remaining teams. I forget how many are remaining, if it's 2 or not, but find out. I'm so happy with my Thancred, though. Like, he's not even maxed out, he's not optimized by any means, and yet he is still an absolute beast. It's... oh, love it. Alright, so if I get all 6 stars on my alt account, we still can't win this. So that's unfortunate. That's okay. Alright, so there are 3 teams left? No, 4? 5. 5 teams. So, that's unfortunate. Because I know there are folks who could totally be doing something to help. Not even Rome. Man. I really wish these guys would just participate. Especially Tank. He's got a Frederica. He could be doing so well. Ah. Alright. That's frustrating. Let's grab this gift. We'll go do our arena matches. And go from there. Alright, so my arena team does pretty well. I don't focus on the unit bonus, probably should, but it's mainly because, you know, I'm technically getting a unit bonus right now because it's Mont, but these 3 guys have been doing so well for me with this, so I'm comfortable with it. We'll see how these things go today, though. What we got here? I think we can take this. The Y'shtola doesn't scare me. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate you guys checking out this. You know, I do play War of the Visions every day. I'm probably only going to be streaming it on Wednesdays, though, just off of my schedule. Potentially Fridays, because Friday is my wildcard day, but for sure on Wednesdays, just because that's usually when new content comes out. So, but if you do have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, I do a fair amount of research on the game, and like I said, I play it every day, so while I'm learning along with you guys, I'm more than happy to share what I know for these. Kind of similar to the guild battles, these are all AI controlled, so I don't get to control anything, and these are all technically replays. It generates the results of the match at the beginning of it, and we just kind of see the replay of that for those results. Ooh, she gonna get that off in time? Nope. She probably could have one-shotted that Yeesh. Yeesh, what am I saying? Y'shtola. Goddamn. Alright, so the Rough Divide did a fair amount. Stone Throw did a fair amount. But I do know that, I don't know why that was in question, but that Mont is 6-star because we saw the Beast Breaker. Double Foul. Ooh, Blessings on Mist. Y'shtola's gone. So now it's just the Gafgarian. Gafgarian can be a glass cannon, so if we can get a hit in, we're fine. And we got the hit in. We're good. So Liarte unfortunately got a little bopped quickly. And that's mainly because I think she approached too soon. Maybe got a little too hasty in regards to trying to one-shot the Y'shtola. Where she could have maybe done like a Shadowbind or something attempt on the Mont. Get a little bit of damage in there and try to immobilize. Or I think I'm confusing that with a Lancer move. But there's a move that they get that inflicts a status effect. So I think that would maybe help. Even if the Mont was going to come in and do like a Stone Throw or something along those lines after the fact, that wasn't going to kill Liart. But another reason why I need to get her some gear as far as like armor for extra health, because she's only got 900 health. She's very, very squishy. The Frederica is scary, but it's low enough level that we're going to try this. I want to see how my team performs against Frederica's. Frederica is kind of that menace of the arena, just because of her range. But if I can get a Rough Divide in, Frederica ain't nothing but a thing. And if Liarte can manage to outspeed with like maybe a Sharpshoot or something, then we're solid there. But Frederica could potentially Sharpshoot right off the bat and kill my Liart. We'll have to see. Some buffing turns. All the buffs, man. All the buffs. Nice, okay. A little bit off of the Mont. I like that. And fire may be a problem. Oh? Stone Throw, okay. Ooh. It's risky to do, girl. You're gonna get hit. Ooh, nice. Ooh, okay. Come on, take out this Frederica. Okay. Shadowbind, okay, so I wasn't wrong. Ooh, Sidewinder. My goodness. Nice, okay, so we like barely took any damage. The evasion came in clutch there for Liart, because the Sidewinder missed. So that was really cool to see. But we saw some pretty good performance there from Liart. You know, we got a little bit off of that Mont to make sure that the Rough Divide that Thancred did was going to be able to take him out. you know, we were able to pick off a little bit there off the Frederica again, so Mont could come in, finish Frederica off. So that was a good performance there from Liart. You know, if you don't have a Frederica and you're looking for someone to do ranged attacks like that, Liart is not bad. And she's easier to level in the sense that you don't need like Azure Spheres or Rainbow Spheres. Now, from a damage perspective, Liart's never going to be able to reach what Frederica can do. And she doesn't get skills like Sidewinder, like we saw hit all three of my dudes because we stood in the line. So, kind of give and take there. This one's going to be a little bit of a scarier fight. We'll go ahead and go with it, but we've got a Stern. Level 50, though, that means he's probably LV2. Maybe Max Awakened. Maybe. I don't think I can see those details, can I? No. Right? No. The Orlando is going to be a bit of a butt, because that could easily take out my Liart. And the minus defense is going to suck. But we have Mont to maybe hit him pretty hard because Earth beats Lightning. So he's going to have a little less resistance on that. So we'll see how this goes. Knowing most Orlando builds, the Thunder God skill is going to be on Orlando. So that's going to mean the slashing resistance is probably reduced down to a positive 12? Yeah, I think it's like 12%. We'll see what happens here. Rallying Cry. That, I think, is very helpful. That's that Rallying Cry comes from Mont's TMR. So giving him that just helps with like the support nonsense. What I really like that I'm seeing here is that we're having the same starting loop of buffs that are applying. The Divine Grace is giving max HP. The ooh, are we getting a charge off? Yo, okay, that helps. But we're seeing the defense increase, we're seeing the regen, we're seeing the max HP, and we're seeing the agility. So I like all of that. Stone Throw, really? Whap. Ooh, that sucks. We'll be fine. Orlando's out. Stern's about to be out. Dang, that Stern did not have a whole lot of health, because that did not hit very hard. We're going to have a Blasting Zone coming through, but we don't even need a Cascilla Blade. Man, I tell ya, this Thancred and this Mont, solid. Super solid. Never want to take them off my team. That's great. So, Liart, you know, I'm not expecting like amazing performances with her compared to like what Frederica can do, but I think she definitely helped. Being able to have that range to be able to do it without having a casting time, I think, was kind of important. Now, granted, in that situation, she did do charge, which does have a cast time. So maybe something where it was a mage instead would be just as good, but you know, it's kind of hard to say. All right, so I did this because I saw the lower rank, but I'm immediately going to back out because we have a level 99 Mon. Nope. Alright, so we do have an Engelbert. Probably not going to do this one because I don't have a whole lot of magic on this team. Actually, none at all. So. Got a Thancred there. Let's take a look at this one. You're still, while up there, not too terribly scary. We'll go with it. The Ramzo may be a little bit of a butt, but we'll find out. I think I have one more after this. Yes, don't mess with the poster board, please. Alright, so we're gonna get our buffs going. Ooh, Tailwind on Orlando. That could be a butt. Alright, we got the Aurora. Ooh, a supercharge through the wall. The art, switching it up a little bit. I like it. That did not hit nearly as hard as I was expecting, so I'm all right with that. All right, give me just a second, guys. Sorry. Hey, guys, wait. Sorry. Wife just wants some poster board for some projects, and the cats were already messing with it. Alright, so Rough Divide taking out Yish. Looks like we had a bit of a hit on Mont, but that doesn't matter because we're already good. Shimmering Blade hurts a little bit. The art has not been touched. Nice. Sharpshoot coming in, and the Burst Strike taking it out. Perfect. This team synergy is pretty great. Pretty great. I had to move your poster board because the cats were already messing with it, so I put it behind the bookshelf, Pathfinder bookshelf. What's up? Oh, you got rinse it. Okay, perfect. So, give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna mute my mic and I'll be right back. All right, thanks so much, folks. So let's go ahead and get into the final fight here for the arena, and that will give me the opportunity to get to the alt account. And then I will probably just be streaming up until top of the hour. What? Blue stab. Do I do it? I think we take up on this. Level 12 Ramza, like, whatever. The art's gonna take that out. The Ziza, I haven't fought up against much, and the Raw Horde would be interesting too. Let's do it. It's been a while since I've used some hand sanitizer, so I don't think I've used any in the past, like, 24 hours. Wash my hands, don't worry. Alright, so, let's see how this goes. Alright. So, unless Liart goes for that round 1 sharpshoot, which I don't think she will, we're going to see a lot of buffing as usual. Oh! She's going for a charge. Oh, how much did that Terror Slash just do? Was that 4,000? Yikes. Wow. This just got a little tougher. I think we're doing okay. Yes. Humps I'm not worried about. Get out of here. Rough Divide? No, Blasting Zone. Blasting Zone? Be good. Man, that Terror Slash doing like 4K, I think that was? It definitely wasn't 400, otherwise the art would survive it, but holy cow, 4,000. It's probably just mainly because of the attack to defense difference. Man, that's... Oof. I've never seen anything hit that hard. Jesus. Alright. Also, what happened to the double arena? Those arena coins were the same exact. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it. The arena coins just end up giving you equipment enhancing items, so I'm not too terribly worried about it, because we don't have that quality of life for the equipment, so I'm not worried about building the equipment. So, alright, so that is mainly everything on the main account. So we're going to clear these out, maybe tackle a few last things, and then get over to the alt account. Try to finish those matches up in the next 30 minutes. I'll grab this mission. Oh, and the shop reset too. I need to take a look at that. Get these hammers. This is mainly why you want to do the arena thing, even if you don't win all your matches, because you get the freebies. And those hammers are especially nice because that guarantees a increase of a stat to your weapon. So when you're making like a +5 and you don't make it all the way on, say, like that attack stat that you're trying to go for, those hammers are going to be what kind of helps get it there. So I don't know if I ever updated on this. I did actually awaken my Iron Giant. So he is a 2-star, and he's pretty beefy. He's been doing pretty good. So I think he is on Thancred to maybe help with a bit of bulk. But we've got his skill set for increased attack and the slash attack for sure. Yeah, so we have the full attack ups. So what is that? 11, 15? Yeah, 15% attack increase. We have the evasion rate, just because we needed to get that for the slash attack up. So this all added together, we've got 17% slash attack up, so that's helping Thancred out, making him hit harder. And then I went over here into the accuracy a little bit, and eventually we are probably going to maybe go for this once we get to 30 points, and then we'll probably wrap it up with this. That, or we go for the slash resist train. I don't know how many points I'm going to get, and up to level 80. So we'll really have to see kind of how well, I guess, what we can truly get into. Slash resist would just try to help with tankiness, but the accuracy is just trying to get around maybe like evasion builds, because eventually we will start seeing a lot of those. It's just more so a matter of when. So, but Iron Giant has been my main focus. Vision cards, I do need to start leveling that Martial one. Let's see, let's sort by magic here. Yeah, because the one I was mainly using was the little Leela card, because it had a magic % increase, and the accuracy was just kind of nice. But if they are saying the better one to use is this gal, because I don't understand the difference between magic attack and magic percentage. So I don't know. Oh, I didn't even realize those gave stat bonuses like that. No, this one doesn't. Here. Oh, that's because it's the bestowed effect. You know what? While it recommends it, I think I will worry about maxing out my little Leela card first, and then I can pour some resources into maxing out the Martial card. Because I've already put in quite a bit here, and the magic % is probably going to be higher, just in general. So I think it'll be worth more of my time to get this leveled up. So, look at that, we got another 13%. I'm going to be so poor. Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to grind for turtles this weekend. Crazy. Oh my goodness. Can I awaken Horn Castle? Yes! Yeah, alright. The reason why this is so exciting is because that attack percentage can get up to 30%, and that's massive. Absolutely massive. Not worried about awakening that. This was the card that Ketone actually probably would end up using if I had her, the Agility Plus and the Slash Attack. But the Agility alone is obviously just making our ninja even more faster. Now to stack with the Agility increase that we're getting on the Ramza card. None of these other ones I really want to worry about awakening. Yeah, so I don't really use any of these. So even this one do I use? No. Agility increase on that one's okay, but Beast Killer isn't very helpful. So I want to see this one do more. It's a nice defensive card that I was using on Ayaka on the alt account for a bit because I wanted her to have a little more bulkiness, and it ended up not really doing much. So, okay, so I think that is everything. Let me go ahead. I'm going to switch this over to the camera, and then I am going to close out of this session of BlueStacks. We're going to get the other one open, and then we're going to go from there. So while we're waiting for this all to load, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate the support. We're going to be streaming. I kind of got my stream schedule figured out. Mondays is going to be Monster Hunter. Mainly just hunting with friends of mine. It kind of just depends on who's available, honestly. Like this past Monday, my wife joined me for our hunts, and we focused on her needs on that in regards to like hunts. What is going on here? Properties. BlueStacks go. Okie dokie. But yeah, so Mondays is definitely going to be the Monster Hunter night. And then Wednesdays is going to be my War of the Visions night, mainly because Wednesdays is right. It's like the first day after a patch drops. So allow me to do the new content. Do you need help? You got it? Is this the last trash can? Okay. I will take care of the trash. Okay. It's like, please don't leave me out of it. All right. Wow. Sorry. Wife is gathering trash for the evening. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Wednesdays is going to be the War of the Visions night, and then Friday is kind of my wild card night. This week is going to be the last time that I try to do the Final Fantasy TCG tournament. If it doesn't fire off, then I'm not wasting my time with that, and I will just participate in Final Fantasy TCG locally, and not try to do that on my stream, because I'm tired of trying to set my Friday nights aside to do a tournament, and then it ends up not firing off. So we'll see what happens this Friday. The reason why I'm going to call it kind of my wild card for Fridays is because I don't know if like what my replacement will be on a consistent basis. So we'll kind of see what we're feeling on that. So, all right, I just got alt account pulled back up. So let's go ahead and hop in real fast. Grab these real quick. Let's get the guild battles going, and then we'll get the arena missions going. Now, with the old account, obviously it's not as well built as my main one, so I don't expect to do nearly as well with this account. Orlando was a fantastic swap for Ayaka. Ayaka was healing here and there, but ultimately she's really squishy, and she wasn't really helping much in regards to the team performance. So when I swapped her out on the arena team to Orlando, I suddenly started seeing a lot more success. So let's take a look here. Since it's the account I'm not too terribly confident in still, I just take a look at kind of the weakest team generally, because that's who I can trust the account to have the best shot at taking out. So it looks like that was the Israel. Let's see, my attack was 5th in here. So it's not terrible. It's not like over 1,000 by any means, but that's mainly because we have Mediana. So we got that and that. So yeah, we're definitely going to do the Israel. We are out leveling them, so confident. May take some damage though, and that's going to be the kind of cruddy part, but we'll see what happens. Please don't crash. I can't replay these if you crash. Okay, whew, I was like, what is it doing? Always kind of buggered that the monks do store right off the bat, because they're not going to be able to use it. Alright, so we have a Gafgarion, a Mont, and an Engelbert. This means my Mediana is going to be able to do a fair amount here, and it's going to be my best defense against the Engelbert. The Mediana... No! Engelbert has a lot of strike resistance. Valve Love helps with that there. Cosmo Plume! Why didn't it hit the Engelbert? Jiminy Christmas. I hate the AI's decisions on Cosmo Plume sometimes. Okay, so this worked out. The biggest downside is Mediana, who is already very squishy, is at like 50% health. So that's really going to suck come the next fight, because that means she may get taken out just as quick. But I think that's one of the main reasons that I didn't notice before, after looking at kind of like the resistances of everyone, is maybe the reason why Etra is having so much trouble taking out some teams in like the arena and whatnot is because everyone has strike resistance. Especially with those Engelberts, as soon as he was a featured unit, we started seeing more and more of those in arena teams. So I think that's something to kind of take note of. So this was the other account that we were talking about. We're out leveling all over the place, and I think the damage that we've taken is hopefully not going to matter much, but we are out of Cosmo Plume, so we don't have as big of a nuke. We're going to see how this goes. Alright, so we got a Thancred and a Zizza. That could be a problem. Especially going to be a problem because that Zizza is about to come in and Terror Slash. The Chakra is kind of helpful. Ooh, Surtrike missed. That's huge. Okay, Blizzard helps. Knock him out. Etra didn't really hit very hard, but that could be because Zizza has the strike resistance. Crush Armor's really going to help out here. We got the Blizzard taking out Mont, so now it's just a Thancred. If that Thancred has Rough Divide, we may be in trouble. Gets an Aurora on himself. It doesn't fire off. I don't understand why it doesn't do that. It's supposed to be guaranteed. Bap. He's got a lot of strike resistance. That's not really going to do much. We're going to get some AP generation back. Burst Strike is going to miss. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. Bummel's kind of helpful a little bit. Oh no. She's out. Nice. Alright. So, it worked out mainly because we were able to spike some dudes down, even though we were running out of AP near the end there and Mediana just had to run up and smack something. You know, being able to kind of go in there and still be able to smack things. Val Love trying to keep it off of Mediana was very helpful there. So we still pulled it out. So, that's good. Did you find it?
No.
You know, I actually haven't seen it in a while. There's a gold Sharpie here.
I need something big.
Big and fat.
Yes.
I don't recall seeing that Sharpie anytime recently, sweetie. I can't even think the last time we used it.
When we were moving.
Damn.
It's not big.
Sure didn't land up somewhere in your office? You could also check in the tool cabinet.
I just
Oh, you just did. Wait, is that not it?
No.
No.
What I'm talking about is like the metal one. The one that's round, that's metal, that's really, really big. You know what I'm talking about?
Because I thought you were talking that one
No.
that's on the floor. So, yeah,
It comes like in the casing with the
yeah.
stripes on it, the routing stripes on it.
I definitely have not seen that one. I check up in your office though, because I imagine it may be up there. Okay. So that got us a little closer in regards to the star difference here. We've got this is a little harder here. One team that's kind of still remaining, but unfortunately the active members of my team are already played out. Just the two teams, it looks like. No, three, excuse me. So, unfortunate that we aren't going to be able to win this one, but it looks like it's at least going to be a close battle, unless these guys come in and take those out, so. One can hope. One can hope. Makes me sad. This, I need to talk to Jerry on this too, because one of the things that Jerry was utilizing was auto formation a lot, and it made a lot of really silly decisions. And I kind of barked at him a little bit in multi for it, but I didn't realize it was also assigned for his guild battle team, because as you can see, there's some really interesting choices here. His Thancred is like an LB1 or something, like it's not very good. So this Val Love needs to come over here to Mont. Mont has a magic attack increasing vision card. Why? As Siren. Siren's not very good for attacker units like this. Why? Why is Iron Giant on Mediana? It's just like, don't trust auto formation. So I'll give him a reminder tomorrow in regards to that, because I've been trying to get him to update it, but work's been kind of crazy, and that's usually when I talk to him about War of the Visions. So, but it's all right. It's all right. Let's get over to the arena battles. I'm trying to finish those for top of the hour before I need to end the stream here. We'll definitely be fine. And I might try to burn out some energy after the stream. Now, my arena success has not been like super duper fantastic. Like I mentioned earlier, swapping out Ayaka for Orlando was very helpful, but you know it's not doing it. Yeah, it's messing with stuff. My apologies. I keep running away from the stream. I apologize, guys. Am I confident we can take this out? Kinda, sorta. Because Y'shtola doesn't scare me. Let's try it. I'm not worried about my arena results on either of my accounts, so mainly this is just poking around to see, like, hey, how do my teams do? So I'll be very curious, because I don't think I've fought a Y'shtola on this account. But I don't know, man. Etra is kind of just something nice, so I'm very curious how she's going to do here. She did great in the guild battles because she didn't get taken out. But we'll have to see. I don't have her with the best equipment because, as you can see, there's metal knuckles on her. So I'd like to get some mithril claws on her if I can. But I think the metal knuckles just had a higher attack because I built them up a little bit. Ooh, field lore. Stone throw! Ha! You fool. Alright, what? Where are you going? Alright, foul. Okay, that's alright, that's alright. Why are we Cosmo Pluming one target? I swear to God. Okay, so I'm alright with it, but I'm also not. Because now Etra's going to be targeted like crazy, and I don't think she's going to be able to finish off the Y'shtola without, you know, Orlandeau coming in. That's really scary. We need that blizzard to come in like real quick here, and we need it taken out. Take it out, thank you. Oof. Orlandeau hurting. Bop. Just bop. Okay. Whew. A little scary there. Orlandeau is not the greatest tank in the world. I really need a tank on this account. I have like a personal rule where I don't want to use someone who's on the main team for my main account on the alt account, because otherwise then I just end up with two accounts with basically the same dudes, aside from like Thancred. So it's like, that's no fun. So, and it has to be characters that my wife basically wants to use for it. So she just kind of tells me who she likes from a looks perspective. So I was hoping to maybe get Nasha, but that would clash with Mediana, so that kind of doesn't help. Not a whole lot of great decisions for tanks, sadly. But alright, let's hop into the second one here. Wasn't he on the last roll? He might have been the last roll. Let's take a look at this one. The Mediana's kind of scary. Not too worried about the Elda. Mont could be a little troublesome. Let's take a look at this with Wise. Oof! Nope. Nope, 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 nope. That Frederica. The Yerma's kind of scary. Ooh, that Mediana's scary though. Nope, nope, nope. We might end up going with the second one there. Oof. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, let's take a look at this last one. No, levels are a little too high for my liking. So let's go with that second account. We'll see how this goes. I highly suspect a Cosmo Plume is going to take out Etra. Stone Throw? Okay. Stone Throw is such a meme, though. Why does she go there? Because now... Okay, she didn't die to a Cosmo Plume. Nice! Crush Armor coming in and just completely bopping her. That's going to be important. Cosmo Plume, nice. That was some beefy damage, too. I like that. Okay. And actually, I didn't realize that Elda was weak to strike attack, so that's pretty neat. Nice, and we got a combo off, elemental combo. I mean, she was able to act fast enough, so that's kind of cool. We pulled this one out. I was totally expecting Etra to die, just from the Cosmo Plume, but she ended up taking less health. So that means maybe her bulk is coming through, that I've been trying to work on a little bit. So that's pretty neat. One thing that I really wish they would let us do, because understanding how these arena battles and the guild battles work as far as like going from a replay perspective, I want to see those replays. Like I want to have those on demand. I want videos on demand. So, oof. I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try it. The main reason why I want to is because I'm not worried about these two because they're lower leveled. I am a little worried about the level 71 Orlandeau because that means Crush Armors that we're totally going to see are going to be hitting pretty hard. You know, the attack is kind of up there in comparison, but we have the elemental advantage here. So we're really going to have to see. With any luck, an opposing Crush Armor will be able to help a lot. But like I said, we're really going to see how this goes. Trying to think if there's anyone on my main team. Like Shadow Lynx, I think is the only person I've maybe considered putting into the team. She would probably replace Etra, but I don't know. All right. So its attack increases. Attack and critical rate. Cosmo Plume? No, we're gonna see a charge. Surge Strike on the Elda. Crush Armor, yes, get it out of there. Whatever that spell was is no more. Hollowed Bolt, okay. We resisted it, so that's pretty nice. We're gonna go for the Surge Strike. Crush Armor, nice. Okay, that helps. That helps. You see the Cosmo Plume? Not take out the L, probably because of the fire. Ooh, Crush Armor taking out the Orlandeau kind of stinks. Ooh, this is not going to go well. No, the evade. That's huge. That's really big. Things are not looking good here. Take out the Orlandeau. Maybe get a pummel? Nice. Nice. Okay, so the agility came in clutch there. We outpaced the Elda, and just the basic attack generated enough AP to get that pummel off, and that's exactly what we needed to finish off Elda. So Etra actually coming in clutch. I'll be really excited to see how she starts doing once we get her maxed out and try to optimize her build. So she's doing a lot better than she's been doing in the past, so I'm really excited to see that. What's up? Did you find it? Where was that? Office? Where? Oh, why was it there? Oh. Odd. Probably. I don't know, but can I help you with that after I'm done with my stream? Wow. Okay. Alright, so I got 2 more fights. Let me see. Sorry, did you actually have a question for me? No? Okay. Let's see. We're getting to that kind of point in the rankings where we're going to find a lot of really tough teams. Thancred level 50, Stern level 50. I think this one may be comfortable. We've got a higher magic attack to help with these two that have the minus magic resistance, and with any luck, a Crush Armor will come through and take out the Stern. The Stern's really going to be kind of the main threat, though, because of how hard he's potentially going to hit. So even with his level being a little lower, let's see how this goes. He damaged himself for a little bit of an attack boost, so that may become relevant. We'll see. Oh, we got a Dragoon Thancred. I hate these Thancreds. They're gonna evade a lot of stuff. Surge Strike coming in. Shuriken's probably gonna... Ooh, big damage. Big damage. Bap. Yeah, Etra's out. We need a Cosmo Plume coming in. Yo, the Shurikens have got to go. Hollow Bolt. Okay, so Hollow Bolt taken out. Cosmo Plume going to come in, finish off the Thancred. Half HP Mont, that's important. Body Slam's going to take out the Landu, so now we're going to have a really interesting fight. Mediana's really going to need to hit hard with this Blizzard. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we are outpacing a little bit. The charge is going to come in maybe a little too late. Whatever a Stone Throw, but gets the Crystal. I don't think that's going to be enough, because this Blizzard is going to come in. That Stone Throw really taking out, like killing Mont's potential to actually win that fight. So we pulled it off. I think a basic attack would have been better for the AI to do, but I understand what it was going for, because its AI was prioritizing getting to that crystal to get some HP recovery, so... but that just unfortunately was the, what caused the, death. Because I can't even think of what range attacks Lord has at that level. Because I think that was the Lord, setup. Alright, so let's see for our last one here. Ooh, nope. Tice? Ooh, Frederica, nope. Hey, nope. Hey, nope. Average level a little too high for my liking. It's too many things kind of... Oh, no. Oh, God. That attack is way up there. No thanks. I think we could try this. Yeah, no. I think this is the one we're going to go with, because we have a higher attack stat and mag stat, which is maybe only like 40% of the battle. But the Y'shtola doesn't scare me, and I've got the Mediana to come in to help against these guys, so let's try it out. Buff in here and there. A whole lot going on. Y'shtola's gonna come in, probably start charging foul. We probably have a... Oh no, went for Scion's Fire. Interesting. Nice! Crush Armor coming in, crushing the Y'shtola. Now the downside is Etra really isn't going to be able to do a whole lot here, especially since she got stunned, but both of these units have strike resistance, so... Crush Armor is going to help a little bit with the defense down, but we're going to see Blizzard, maybe? Blizzara, maybe? Blizzara, okay. Go for the attack increase again. Sorry. Alright, Cosmo Plume. Really helping there because of the negative magic resistance. So that's mainly what took out that Elbert, as I was expecting Mediana to do. Mont not being able to really take out anything further and finish off the Etra, probably because of the Vow of Love redirecting the attack to Landu, was very important there to make sure that Etra stayed around, despite her not being able to really do a whole lot of damage. So, we pulled that one off. Neat. So that was the last one. So we'll wrap up a few things on this account, and then I will probably have to end it for the night. Let's take a look. I do want to start poking around with match battles maybe one of these days. I haven't done any yet. But we'll have to kind of see in that regard. That'll probably be on my main account, mainly because Rough Divide on Thancred is incredibly important to those matches, so... I do need to catch up on the multi-quests for the monthly mission. So we'll have to see. Alright, let's empty out the Chocobo Expedition real fast. I was like, come on, emulator. Alright, we'll go ahead and dump these into Shiva, because that is the one I'm focusing on this account. We haven't awakened her yet, but she's getting pretty darn close. 7 levels to go. Kind of wish there was something that I could farm to get Esper materials, like a quest or something, instead of just relying on the Chocobo expeditions. But you know, we take what we get. The biggest thing, if you are not aware with the Espers, is do not spend all of your SP points to just learn something, because you're not going to learn everything. So you want to be very careful in that regard to make sure that what you're designing the Esper to help with is actually going to help the person that it's attached to. So, yeah. Let's go ahead. We're focusing on Vow of Love just because it's an important card, and it gives a fair amount of health if it's maxed out. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to get too terribly far, but we'll get what we can on that. Let's actually go over to equipment real fast. I want to take a look at maybe some Mithril Claws or the Cat Claw. I didn't have this team developed well enough to be able to farm the Cat Claw mission in time. So we did luck out with an Assault Cat Claw, but I don't think we've got enough recipes to start doing a +1 or anything. And I've already leveled up that Cat Claw a little bit. Wait. Oh yeah, it'd already be up here. Let's take a look. I've only got 1 recipe, so that's not worth it at all. I'll have to wait for like another Cat Claw farming recipe event to come up. So, and I don't even have the materials to keep going on it. So we'll probably just awaken the Cat Claws. I could also take a look at Mithril Claws. It's actually a debate depending on if you want critical or not. The evade on the Cat Claws can actually be pretty important, but if you're not too worried about that, technically the Cat Claws do have negative crit, so that's something that you want to try to counterbalance if you can. Technically the Mithril Claws on an assault build will be only potentially 1 less for the max attack stat, so you just kind of debate what are the other things that you want in addition to that. The other benefit to the Mithril Claws is you can farm for the recipes, where you can't do that with the Cat Claw unless it's during limited time events. So, so that being said, let's actually go to the Cat Claws. We're going to go and awaken those, and we're going to need to maybe bump those up a little bit. No, I can't! Unfortunate. Where's this one at? Interesting. Well, that's probably why I'm still using the Metal Claw, or the Metal Knuckle. Yeah, because this is the one that I've got. I'm mainly using it because it has the high attack stat. Can I technically awaken it? Yes. I don't have a whole lot of books to use, though, so I'm a little hesitant there. So we'll probably work on some Mithril Claws on the side. Try to build up some of those recipes, maybe get that going. But I will probably end up doing that off stream. The Kunai... This is what I've got on the Shadow Links right now, but I wanted to see what was the other... like the next step up. Let me actually see, do I still have... I do. I've got... this resource still pulled up. Let's take a look at... There is an equipment one somewhere in here. Equipment, here we are. Armor. List of weapons, here we go. Alright, swords, large swords, samurai swords, canes, bow, axe, spear, gun, mace, fist, ninja. So the small sword Sakuse's or Saku. Oh god. I know how to pronounce this, but I'm tongue-tied right now. Oh, and then Shadowlink's TMR. So this is the next one. That is... It's an SR. I think I've got that. Don't I? Is that the Kiku? Or is it the Kodachi? Might be the Kodachi. Let's see. Kodachi. Conditions to equip. Ninja. Okay. Whereas the Kiku Ichimonji? Samurai. Okay. So this is the one that I want to start developing for Shadowlinks. We got plenty of materials, just not enough to make a +1, because we'll need another recipe and then I need more of these guys. Can I farm these anywhere? I can. Dope! Alright. So, that kind of gives me a little bit of focus in regards to weapon grinds if I want to end up doing those. But, I think that is going to be everything that I do on the stream tonight. So, wow, there we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. So again, like I said earlier, my stream schedule is kind of, sort of, laid in. Monday nights is going to be Monster Hunter nights, Wednesday nights are going to be War of the Vision nights, and Friday is going to be my wildcard day. We're going to give Final Fantasy TCG tournaments one more shot. If it doesn't work out, then I'm not going to waste my time setting my Friday nights aside for that. I will figure out some sort of other game to aim for on those nights for the sake of my stream schedule. So, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. And my Twitter is right there, so I do post all the time in regards to when I go live and whatnot. Some of you guys have me added on Facebook as well. Obviously, if you don't have either of those options, then just hit that follow button and just make sure notifications are on, because it'll let you know. I always try to start streaming around 7:30 or 8 o'clock Central Time at night. On Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. So, yeah. So, that's all I got tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go and close it out. We'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.